We did it. We found it. We found the perfect home for this family. They could actually see themselves living their lives in this place. The backyard, the kitchen, the primary suite, everything was just right. Then a few hours later, I get the text message. I get a screenshot with a headline that says something about impending housing market crash. And I could feel my client hyperventilating through the text message. She didn't want to make a mistake. I don't like to make mistakes. You don't like to make a mistake. But what she was saying in that moment is, Tracy, I'm afraid that if I move into this home and this headline is true, that I'm going to be upside down before I finish unpacking my last box. Now, whether this was fear-mongering headline or clickbait, it was real for her, it was true for her, and it caused her to put on the brakes. And what she was saying is, hey, Tracy, I just don't want to make a mistake. I want to do the right thing. And by the end of this video, you might discover that doing the right thing for you is living your life in Northlake, Texas. Are you ready? Now, this won't be a documentary of the town of Northlake. Let's face it, who wants to watch a documentary, and do you really have the attention span for that? But we're going to touch upon some things that are going to be important to you, like the pros and cons if I decide to live in Northlake, the things to do, how do I get in and around Northlake? You know, those questions that you have about any community that you're wanting to move in, and maybe a few of the questions you never even thought to ask. I get it. You can find out so much online about neighborhoods, bedrooms, baths, square feet, price of the home. But what you may not be able to discover is how people move around in and around a particular community, neighborhood, suburb, city. Well, that's where I come in. I hop in the car and I drive around and give you that VIP access of how people really live their lives. And if you enjoy that VIP behind the curtain access, then subscribe below. Press the bell. You'll be notified anytime anything goes down around our DFW Metroplex. And if you live in Northlake or around Northlake, I want to hear from you. I want you to comment and let me know some of the places that I might not have touched upon that you think are very important for people who are considering living their lives in Northlake. Well, let's begin with maybe the first question you might have, and that is, where is Northlake? Well, let's take a look. The town of Northlake is north of Dallas and Fort Worth, and it's about 50 miles from the state of Oklahoma. Northlake is home to about 11,000 people. And you're probably thinking to yourself, Tracy, did you actually say 11,000 people live in Northlake? Yes, you are correct. So Northlake is not considered a city, it's still considered a town because of its population. Although it's doubled in size over the last few years. We'll talk about that a little later. But let's talk about some of the things that you're going to want to write down as places to visit because you live so close to these areas. We can start with the city of Justin. Justin is about 3 miles from Northlake. And Justin is not a huge city. You're not going to get lost and go to amusement parks. But what you'll do is drive down the main street of Justin and be able to go to Justin Boots Outlet and Cowboy Outfitters. Now, you may not be a Western type of person, but it's certainly worth you driving there because it's only 3 miles away and get to know some history. Because in that town, in the city of Justin, if you go to the boot outlet, they have multiple buildings, you'll see a lot of memorabilia in there that are historical markers of how that town grew and some things that I think you'll find very interesting. And about 6 miles from Justin is the town of Dish. And yes, I did say town. I would say less than 500 people call Dish home. And here's your trivia night question and answer. If someone were to say, hey, how did Dish, Texas get its name? Well, this is how they got its name. Dish, Texas struck a deal with Dish Network, and they promised the citizens of Dish, it wasn't Dish at the time, but they promised the people, they incentivized the people to change their name to Dish by giving them 10 years worth of benefits, packages, network, free, to sweeten the deal. And once you get done exploring Dish, well, you're going to drive through Dish. There literally is nothing to do there but homes. You're going to drive about 8 miles to Ponder. Now, here's the other trivia question that you want to write down. So, if you were asked, what was significant about Ponder? What is Ponder one of the things it's known for? That would be that Bonnie and Clyde, the notorious Bonnie and Clyde, drove through Ponder, Texas and robbed Ponder State Bank. So if you ever have that as a question, now you have the answer. Denton is only 13 miles from Northlake, and what's so important and significant about that is because it's a bigger city, so you don't have to feel, oh my gosh, I'm just kind of isolated. I've got Ponder, Dish, and Justin. The other thing that's really neat about Denton is the downtown area. You're going to definitely want to explore downtown Denton, where you can have the candy stores. I don't know why I brought up candy first, but they have candy shop, they have t-shirt shops, a lot of great boutiques, dining. It's a really, really fun place to go. So you absolutely want to do that. Outdoor dining. It's just it's a college town, and it has that real neat vibe that goes along with that. I mean, when you go to downtown Denton area, you can enjoy just open green areas where you can just sit outside and enjoy. And you're going to see some great history there as well. So now that you've got an idea of some of the major cities or towns around Northlake, let's talk about how people get in and around the town of Northlake. I-35 West is one of our major thoroughfares that will take you almost anywhere you need to go or want to go in and around our Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Moving closer to 156, that's where it's going to feel more rural. That's where you have Dish, Ponder, Justin. But if you're on the other side of this imaginary line that I've created, moving closer to I-35 West, that's where you're going to feel more of the action and more of the city feel. Because, you hop on 35, you're there, wherever you want to go. But if you're at 156, then you have to travel from 156 to connect to 114 to bring you over to I-35 West. So you got a lot of connection there. All right, so now you've got an overview of how people get around and move around Northlake. Now to our star of the show is FM 407. FM 407 is how you're going to get home in Northlake. And FM 407 connects with I-35 West. Let's take a look. And the first community that you'll see off of 407 is Harvest. Harvest is an amazing community. It was the first one, in fact, over there in Northlake as far as a large premier planned community. Harvest has about 4,100 homes there. Have you ever been in a situation where you haven't been in a place, in a few months, maybe a year, and you go back and it's like, whoa, what has happened? It's exploded. Well, Harvest and the whole area has exploded in such a short period of time. One of the icons of Harvest is the yellow house. It is a house that you want to go in and have lunch, you have brunch. It's a really neat place to go. The other thing Harvest is known for, well, Harvest is the name of the community, is that neighbors can lease out a plot and grow their own foods, your own garden, your own vegetables. Going a little farther down, 407 is Pecan Square. Pecan Square was once a beautiful horse ranch with a pecan tree line entrance that led to the barn where Jackson Hall sits today. Pecan Square, that is a wonderful community for gathering. And it makes you feel like, you're going back in time, like yesteryear. Look at the architecture of these homes. We have modern farmhouse, we have Americana. But let's just say Americana design is not your thing, but there are more traditional style homes here. Brick, stone, a number of builders who can build your dream home right here in this community. But Pecan Square is known for just giving you that vibe of, just transporting yourself back in time. And in Pecan Square, of course, it's a premier planned community. You will have the multiple swimming pool, fitness center, sports court. They have a postal service there along with your Amazon locker. Oh, and don't forget, if this is your first time to this channel, subscribe below and give us a thumbs up. For a third place that you can build your home here in Northlake is Creek Meadows West. Each of these homes rest on an acre, and that means you can have a lot of land to enjoy. But what you won't get in this community is that community swimming pool. But think about it. If your home is on an acre lot, you moved there for a reason. You want a little elbow room between the homes. You like your neighbors, but you may not want to be engaged with them all the time. And you don't have to. You don't need a community pool because with an acre lot, you can build your own custom pool in the back, along with your little small putting green, along with your outdoor kitchen, along with your outdoor living spaces. There's a lot you can do on an acre. There are two builders in Creek Meadows West. And I did a video on this particular community, so if you want to pop over and take a look at that video, not now, I want you to stick with me on this one. You'll be able to get more details about living your life in this particular community. And if the town of Northlake is now on your short list of places to live, and you're even thinking about building your own home, well, before you make that move to build your own home, take a look at this. Now let's address the elephant in the room, or the car, and that is, hey Tracy, do I really need to hire a realtor if I'm buying new construction? And my answer to you is yes. And this is why. Think about it. When you go into a model home and you're talking with the representative of the builder, well, the builder has that salesperson to represent his or her interest. So that builder has someone. Why wouldn't you have someone who is your advocate and represents your best interest? So yes, I think you should hire a realtor. And what I want you to do, just think about it. If you are thinking and considering new construction, whether it's this community or any community, go ahead and give me a call. Let's set up a time to chat so I can share with you the benefits and the things that you might be missing out on if you don't hire a realtor. And by realtor, I mean hire me. So I wanted to put that out there because that is one thing that I hear quite often when people are considering new construction home is they feel as though, hey, I can just walk in and buy the home directly from the builder, and you can. Oh, and one more thing, many builders actually have your realtor's fee paid for through their marketing budget. So they're expecting you to come in with your realtor. They've already budgeted for it. So if you're thinking about brand new construction, give me a call. Let's discuss this more. But one of the reasons why you probably have Northlake on your short list is the community, the vibe. There's just the feeling of not being in such a busy environment overall. The other reason why you probably chosen Northlake is for the quality of education your students will receive. Now, think about it. Even if you don't have school-age children, education is very important to maintain and grow the wealth from your home. With that said, let's take a look at Northwest Independent School District, which is where your student will attend. Northwest ISD is highly rated public school district located in Justin, Texas. It has almost, a little bit less than 30,000 students who attend Northwest ISD. And Northwest ISD serves more than 10 different towns or cities. So it's a pretty large, significant school district, one of our fastest growing school districts here in North Texas. And according to Niche, Northwest ISD receives a grade of an A. But there is something important to note about Harvest. If you choose Harvest, portions of Harvest, those students attend Northwest ISD. And there's a portion of Harvest, the students attend Argyle ISD. Argyle ISD, according to niche.com, earns a grade of an A+. So whether it's an A or an A+, you won't go wrong sending your students to Northwest ISD and living your life in Northlake, Texas. Northlake is growing, and with that said, you will have some businesses there. You'll have enough to where you don't have to go into the bigger cities. The one thing that Northlake is lacking is a major grocery store. So for that, you will have to drive a little bit. There are convenience stores. You can pop in and grab things that you might need to eat and make your life easier. But if you're looking for Costco, Sam's, Kroger's, Whole Foods, you're not finding that in Northlake. That's when you're going to hop on I-35 West and go to those other areas. Now you have an idea of the things you can do in Northlake, and there's not very much. You can enjoy your community because, of course, if you're in one of those premier plan communities, there's constant events, activities, things to do with your sports courts, there's so much to do in these communities. There's not a lot of excitement going on around Northlake. Remember Justin, Dish, Ponder? You do want to go. You have to go or go through, but chances are you're going to gas up the car and really explore the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And one of the first things that you might want to do is check out a couple of our lakes. Let's take a look. Of course, you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. There are a number of lakes you can go and enjoy, but I think the two that you'll enjoy most, because they're the closest to you, is Grapevine Lake. And Grapevine Lake is about 15 miles from Northlake. And the second one that you're going to want to enjoy is Louisville Lake. And Louisville is on the other side of Flower Mound, and that's closer to you. So that's 12 miles away. But as you can expect and anticipate, you're going to have some fun on these lakes. And of course, you're on a lake. So there are a number of fun things you can do, from jet skiing, from fishing. There's so much you can do in these lakes. Go into the marina. There's just a lot you can do on the lake. Let's talk about moving a little bit farther out of your maybe comfort zone. Let's head on down to Dallas. So Dallas is south of Northlake, and Dallas is about 43 miles away from home. But you have to go to Dallas. You are not moving to our DFW Metroplex and not go to Dallas. And Dallas is where you're going to meet so much sophistication on a global scale. Fine dining, you will have the arts, whether it's the museum, whether it's ballet, shopping, a lot of history there in Dallas. So for sure, you're going to want to visit Dallas. But if you decide to visit Dallas, which, again, you're going to visit at least once, you do want to go ahead and invest in a toll pass, because a toll pass is going to be your best friend, whether you're commuting to Dallas for work or deciding to go visit Dallas for fun. Because Dallas is a major city. And with major city comes major traffic. So although Northlake may not be so busy around Northlake, but trust me, you are going to send me a thank you note once you invest in that toll pass so you can hop on our paid roads versus our free roads, because there's a big price to pay for free. Comment below and let me know if you think having a toll pass to get around our DFW Metroplex is an important move to make. Now, let's say you are, exhausted from Dallas. You've driven there, you've overcome and you outpaced the traffic. You're feeling pretty good. Now you want to explore going a little bit farther west to Fort Worth. And Fort Worth is only 27 miles from Northlake. Now, Fort Worth is not as known as, global sophistication as Dallas, but Fort Worth can hold its own. Fort Worth is our Western heritage, and this is where you'll see the real life cowboys on real life horses driving real life cattle to the stockyard. But Fort Worth is more than Western. Fort Worth has so much sophistication and a lot of wealth in Fort Worth based on some of that Western heritage. So if you've not gone to Fort Worth, again, you're going to go to Fort Worth, because you may not want to drive to Dallas, but yet you can get so many great experiences there in Fort Worth. And if you have children, or if you just like the zoo, you're definitely going to go to Fort Worth Zoo, because it is one of the top ranked zoos in the entire country. Again, Fort Worth is not going to disappoint you. There's so much you can do. You have the Trinity River in Fort Worth that you can actually float and enjoy fireworks. You can enjoy concerts in the park. You can have a lot of fun right there in Fort Worth. 24 miles from Northlake is the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, which is going to be very important to you if you travel and commute back and forth for work and have to take a flight out, or if you just want to take a flight out and visit family and friends or just explore. DFW Airport is 24 miles from Northlake. And don't forget, less than an hour away from Northlake is the border of Oklahoma. And once you cross over Oklahoma, you'll, see WinStar Casino. And this is where you'll get all of your great concerts, buffets, and of course, if you want to gamble, you can do that too. Whatever happens at the casino stays at the casino. Head back over to the state of Texas. You will be able to enjoy some things a little closer to home. Texas Motor Speedway is about 10 miles from Northlake. Near Texas Motor Speedway, you'll find Tanger Outlet Mall. Bucky's, and Bucky's is an adult playground. I mean, Bucky's is wall to wall snacks and food. Bucky's even has barbecue, but hey, listen, we're in Texas. We're real particular about our barbecue. But fortunately for you, if you live in Northlake, you have a lot of great barbecue options right there at home. One of the things I have people ask is, hey, Tracy, where can I go that's kind of all inclusive? There's not a lot to do right there in Northlake, but if I want to go shopping, I want to get groceries, I want to go have entertainment for myself and my family, where are some of the places you would go? That's a loaded question because there's so many places that you can go near the town of Northlake. But one place that's very popular is Alliance Town Center. Now that's south of Northlake, but you can almost get everything you need or want right there. Shopping for clothes, shopping for groceries. They have HEB, Costco, Kroger, neighborhood Walmart, a number of medical facilities, spas, a lot that you can do right there in Alliance Town Center. Now, this is where I want to hear from you. If you live in Northlake or near Northlake, where do you go for your daily conveniences? Where do you go for groceries, for entertainment? Let us know, comment below, because this is not a documentary. I can't cover everything there is to do in or around Northlake. And let's face it, people don't have the attention span to listen to all there is to do. But that's where I could use your help. So comment below. Let us know what we're missing that people really should know if they decide to live their lives in the town of Northlake. Hi, I'm Tracy Sorrell with the DFW Life. And as a realtor, I know you can find out a lot online. Bedrooms, baths, square feet. You can find out a lot about a home, but what you may not be able to discover is the quality of life in the community, how people move around in and around any given neighborhood or suburb. Well, that's where I come in. I hop in the car, I drive around, I give you that VIP access of what's really going on in these areas. And if you like that VIP behind the curtain access to know what's going on, then subscribe below and hit that bell, and you'll be notified anytime anything goes down in and around our DFW Metroplex. And whether you're thinking about moving in 9 weeks or 90 days, comment below, grab one of those one-on-one consultation links so together we can discover if the town of Northlake is the best place for you to create your memories and call home.